From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Evening News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The search continued Tuesday evening for a man who jumped into the Chena River from the Centennial Footbridge in downtown Fairbanks August 2nd and disappeared.
Those looking for Tyler Cover's body confirmed they have found items of clothing and possibly human hair that matches the missing man's in the river. They were operating out of the Chena River Wayside, also known as the Chena River State Recreation Site, located near the intersection of Airport Way and University Avenue. An aunt of the missing man thanked those who helped in the search for him so far.
I would really just like to thank all the volunteers and the Fairbanks Police Department, the Fairbanks Fire Department, and the Chiefs Conference, and all the people that's really been supporting our family by searching with their boats, walking along the river, bringing food and drinks for the people that are searching. I'd like to just give my heartfelt thanks to everybody that's supporting our family.
After bidding its 17th Cavalry Regiment farewell, the U.S. Army Alaska Aviation Task Force is now receiving new equipment. Mike Fussell was at Ladd Airfield for the latest delivery.
Gray clouds line the sky as the U.S. Army Alaska's Aviation Task Force awaited a special delivery coming all the way from Germany. An Air Force C-5 was set to land at Ladd Airfield on Fort Wainwright with the outfit's first two AH-64 Apache helicopters. But first, the pilots had to touch down safely with the heavy load.
It's a little bit of a short runway for us. Then we were also kind of anticipating some of the weather, but like I said, we came in, shot the approach, and the weather cleared up really nice. Ended up being a no factor.
The Apache is the Army's primary attack helicopter. Its multi-mission twin-engine four-blade system is designed to survive in adverse weather conditions, and it can carry 16 Hellfire missiles. Army Alaska Aviation Task Force Commander Colonel Blake Alexander says the aircraft are several steps away from becoming operational.
We'll be arriving air crews here and continuing to perform maintenance on them. Once we get them up and going, we'll be doing individual training, getting all the pilots their environmental qualifications, and then we'll start going out in teams, working up to larger level operations.
The Apaches are designed for the 25th Infantry Division of the soon-to-be activated 1st Attack Reconnaissance Battalion. 22 more aircraft will be flown in from around the U.S. to bring the battalion total to 24 by April 2016. Colonel Alexander says the helicopters hold strategic importance.
It brings a great capability to Alaska and a great capability to the Pacific Theater as we do partnership exercises out there throughout the Pacific region. The facilities here are first class at Fort Wainwright. We've got a great supportive community.
The reflagging of the 25th Infantry Division is part of the Army's initiative to replace older model aviation equipment with modern aircraft, making the military might of the U.S. stronger by going out with the old and in with the new. Reporting from Ladd Airfield, I'm Mike Fussell.
As the Alaska marijuana industry slowly takes shape, the Fairbanks North Star Borough is following course, staking its claim as the local control entity to tax and regulate that industry. While local licensing requirements are forthcoming, zoning and retail tax issues are at the forefront this week. Jamie Schwartzwald reports.
I actually am here to ask for a larger buffer, and I know other people who are very concerned about that too. But
Mary Lee Bates testified during a public hearing on a proposed marijuana industry zoning ordinance before the Borough Planning Commission Tuesday night. She advocated for larger buffers designed to keep marijuana businesses away from sensitive receptors like schools, youth centers, and swimming pools. The zoning measure would cover 4 types of pot businesses: cultivation, manufacturing, testing, and retail. Those facilities would be considered as permitted use in heavy industrial districts of the borough. Small and large cultivation facilities would be permitted in rural agriculture and farm zones, as well as in general use and industrial zones. However, residential zones would be off limits to all pot businesses.
No one would even know it was there. In fact, we've got hundreds of them in the interior right now, and nobody knows that they're there.
The Assembly will hear the zoning ordinance later this fall. The body will convene a special meeting Thursday night to discuss an ordinance to place a ballot question before borough voters of the October 6th municipal election, asking whether the borough should levy a 5% tax on retail sales of marijuana and marijuana products. Assemblyman Van Lawrence co-sponsored the ordinance.
The intent, really, from my perspective and from the sponsor's perspective, is to try to increase alternative revenues so as to allow the property taxes to be reduced.
Assembly members Diane Hutchison and Guy Santliev proposed a substitute to change the levy from 5 to 8%. Hutchison fears that at 5%, the borough would not collect any revenue from retail outlets within Fairbanks city limits. A 5% marijuana sales tax question will be placed before city voters in October. State statute says any sales tax collected by the borough from businesses within Fairbanks limits must be remitted back to the city.
That if you don't have a tax that's greater than what you have to turn around and remit to the city, is basically you're asking the property taxpayers in the borough to subsidize the industry that retail may just exist in the city.
All right, when we come back, the Home Depot parking lot was filled today with bikers, military soldiers, and other well-wishers, and of course we'll tell you why.
Also, the staff at Pioneer Park is getting ready for Military Appreciation Day Saturday to recognize all members of the military for their service with an array of activities. Those stories and more when we return. And welcome back. One Gold Star kid got a very special surprise this morning for his first day of school. As many dads gear up to take their children to their first day, this young boy doesn't have that option. That is because 8-year-old Stephen Sutherland's father was killed in action while serving in Iraq in 2005. Today, nearly 100 soldiers and interior motorcycle enthusiasts met at Home Depot to escort Sutherland to his first day of 3rd grade. The riders played some classic rock music, and Sutherland rolled up to school on the back of a Harley, something his father shared a love for. It was a special moment that will last a lifetime for a boy whose father paid the ultimate sacrifice.
We got there was all these soldiers and the motorcycles, and so it was fun.
And they really rallied around this. It wasn't just a 1, 2, 3. It wasn't just one small group. We had motorcycle clubs, we had combat vets, we had Christian riders, we had the Harley Davidson group, we had the military, we had just general civilians. Everybody wanted to be a part of it.
It was awesome.
It was the first day of school today for students in the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District. While there were some hiccups with bus scheduling because of a driver shortage, principals say the school season is off to a great start. Reporter Ryan Grimes has more.
The Fairbanks North Star Borough School District experienced delays of up to 30 minutes or longer picking up children for their first day of school today. Up to 130 drivers are needed to reliably pick up students on time district-wide. First Student Shuttle Company has only 100 employees on hand to drive their buses to schools. Principal Heather Stewart at Ryan Middle School says the drivers have been extremely professional and were more on time than they were predicted to be.
Our students were only about 10 minutes late, with kids learning their lockers and trying to navigate around the school, especially our 7th graders who are new to our building.
First Student is allocating more employees to meet the needs of the school district in the coming weeks. Barnett Magnet School was largely unaffected by the bus delays.
But we do have one bus that is kind of grandfathered into the school from when it was not a magnet school. Right now the service in the afternoon doesn't exist because of the shortage of bus drivers. So we've contacted all those parents and they've made alternate plans on how to pick up their kids this afternoon.
Evans says the main challenge this academic year is to successfully implement some new curriculum set in place by the district along with new policies.
We have some new English curriculum materials for our middle school teachers. Teachers are becoming more and more comfortable with the math curriculum that was new last year. As we work through the process, it's going to improve instruction and what we do for kids every day in our classroom.
This is Ryan Grimes reporting.
It's time again to check in with our friends at Pioneer Park to see what is happening this week.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of What's Happening at Pioneer Park. Today we're going to talk with Jason Avery again about a really important day for the military here at the park. So let's go check it out. Come on. Okay, it's time again to talk with Jason Avery, Park Manager. Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Stephanie?
A little cold, but despite the cold weather, you have some really good stuff coming up this weekend, so tell us about it.
Well, we're really excited. We've got our 7th annual Military Appreciation Day that's going to be happening on Saturday from 12 to 5 o'clock. We've got a ton of activities going on. We've got the military's bringing out some inflatable obstacle courses. With folks with military ID, it's free carousel, train rides, mini golf. We're going to be giving out giveaways. We've got the Emily Anderson and the Channel 4 news team.
I love that. That's awesome.
We've got Tim Raw, Pantheon Steel Drum Band. We got Nathan and Friends.
And
we also have the Army Band as well.
You told me there's some awesome things to do with social media too, so tell me about that because I always love the social media, you know that.
Well, we're doing another Instagram scavenger hunt. We got a lot of things we want folks to come out and take pictures and selfies with a lot of the cool things that are out here at Pioneer Park.
Awesome. Okay, so tell me again what day that is and what time it starts.
So it's Saturday, August 22nd, noon to 5. Be here.
Bring an umbrella if you need to, but just come.
Yeah, we're going to be open rain or shine.
Awesome. Thanks, Jason. So make sure to come on down this weekend and have a great time at the park. Whether you're military or civilian, there's a ton of things for you to do. And that's what's happening this week at Pioneer Park.
All right, up next in sports, a former Nanook will be headed to Europe to continue his pro career.
Also, we get a taste of local volleyball at the college and high school levels.
All right, all that and more with Joe Cook after the break.
Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your Wednesday Sportscast. News coming today from the Alaska Nanook hockey program. Former Nanook Cody Kunik will be taking his talents to Germany. The 2014 WCHA Player of the Year will play for the Grizzlies Wolfsburg in the Deutsche Ice Hockey League. The DEL is the top league in Germany. They have the most Americans and Canadians outside of the U.S. in their league. Kunik appeared in one game for the Tampa Bay Lightning and ended up playing 69 games for the AHL affiliate, Syracuse Crunch. Last season, Kunik scored 26 points and the Crunch made it to the first round of the AHL playoffs. The Grizzlies finished 28-18 but lost in the DEL semifinals. After 4 years of UAF hockey, Kunik's 133 career points are top 15 in program history. He is the first Nanook to earn WCHA Player of the Year honors as well. Staying with Nanook sports, the Nordic skiing program released their schedule for the 2015-2016 season. Under new head coach Nick Crawford, the Nanooks will be road warriors this season. All of their 6 meets are on the road. After the annual Nordic Cup, Alaska will travel to Houghton, Michigan for the U.S. Nationals on January 3rd. And after 6 days of competition there, they will go to Cable, Wisconsin for the Telemark Distance Series. The Central Collegiate Ski Association Conference Championship meet is in February in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The NCAA Central Region Championships will be in late February, and the NCAA Championships start in March. UAF opens the season against rival UAA. The Seawolves will host the Nordic Cup on November 20th through the 21st in Anchorage. The Seawolves won last year's Nordic Cup by just 39 seconds. Alaska won the past 2 Nordic Cups before last season's loss. For the full schedule, visit this story on the sports page at webcenter11.com. And the Nanook volleyball team, they started practice this week. The Nanooks got in the gym on Monday on a fresh Alaska Airlines court. That's not the only thing that's new. Former head coach Mallory Larrañaga and her all-female coaching staff has departed. And newly hired head coach Brian Scott out of Weber State brings in an all-male staff. The ladies and gents have gone through a number of changes this offseason. We'll talk about that and more tomorrow night in the Alaska Nanooks volleyball team preview. And speaking of volleyball, the high school fall season is fast approaching. The first volleyball game of the 2015 season is this Thursday night. Lathrop, now led by new head coach Erica Nash, will play Monroe in Boydell Hall at 7 p.m. in non-conference action to open the season. The Rams lost a lot from a very talented team from last season. Marissa King, Jenna Otis, Andy Clark, and Spalding Bristow graduated, and standout Emily Pfister graduated early. But they haven't fallen off. The Rams still feel confident because they returned a group of girls that contributed a lot in the team that went 19-0 in the regular season, and they came close to the 3A state final. They lost the IF game to Mount Edgecombe. Returners like Clara Cox, Giselle Hollis, and Brianna Lundgren will carry the load for a team with 4 seniors, 3 players who moved up from JV, and 2 girls new to volleyball at Monroe. Tiana King, who had a great freshman season for the Rams, sees this team as still a contender in the Aurora and in the state.
Well, it is a lot different, but I think that we will come a long way with practice every day. We're just, getting better every day. And, our team is young, but, we all have a lot of potential and we all want to win. So, I think that's big.
Oh, yeah, everyone's hits have gotten stronger. Just people you wouldn't even expect just come up, and everyone's done great this year. All the seniors have definitely filled up their position, so it's going to be a good year. That's for sure.
This year it's going to be a different dynamic, and we're still trying to find that. I think by the time we get to the end of the season, we'll have it, and we'll be well into November. I truly believe that.
This Friday, Fairbanks will have one of the most deadly 5K runs you've ever seen. The trail isn't insanely difficult, but it'll look a little insane. The Fairbanks Roller Girls are putting on the inaugural Running Dead Fairbanks 5K. Runners can be zombies or survivors, kind of live out your Walking Dead fantasies. Survivors will get 3 flags and have to finish with 1 flag to survive. Zombies steal flags. There will be different rules for runners and walkers. It's $30 to race, and that price is up until Thursday, and it's $35 on race day. Now, the Running Dead 5K is this Friday at 6:30 on an out and back course from Best Western Plus to Pioneer Park Inn. For more information, go to fairbanksrollergirls.org for more info. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is up next after the break with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back into our Wednesday night edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again talking about the weather. Boy, it's a blustery day today. It almost felt like fall because that wind made it feel pretty chilly, and the showers didn't help much. We're going to look for showers to continue through the night, but should be diminishing slowly tomorrow. More about that in just a little bit. Photograph tonight, Bill Cody sent in this. We'll call it glacial lines. You can see this glacier. He was able to capture the beauty of it, and boy, that's some pretty impressive looking photograph there. And as always, if you have a photograph to share, well, by all means, send it to photos@ktvf11.com, and we'll share it with the rest of the audience. Your numbers: today's high 55, the overnight low 47, record high was 85 in 1950, the record low 31 in 1914. The sunrise and sunset about 16 hours and 6 minutes of daylight, a loss of another 7 minutes from yesterday. On our satellite and radar, look at the system moving across the Gulf of Alaska really rapidly. A strong jet stream helping to push that across. And again, our flow is coming out of the west, so it's helping to bring little pockets of moisture off the Bering Sea. They work their way inland and then give us those little showers here and there, but nothing really heavy or substantial. That's going to continue for another day, it looks like, and then things get a little better for that, but then the weekend could be up in the air also. Our latest radar zooming in around the Fairbanks area. As you can see, more showers moving in from the west, just moving into the area where the radar picks it up, and you can see those are fairly intense, but not really strong or heavy. It's just kind of pesky little showers moving through. What's going on across the rest of the state? A few showers around Juneau, 56 degrees. Nice day in Ketchikan, 66 there. Around the Anchorage Bowl, 67, lots of sunshine. Partly cloudy skies at Kodiak, also 67. Along the Aleutian chain, Cold Bay checking in with 59. 57 at Bethel, chilly in Nome, 49 degrees there. And quite a bit colder in Barrow, 37 degrees, cloudy skies, also cloudy skies in Fort Yukon. Lower 48 weather, again, hot temperatures are confined mainly to the western half of the country. You can see another hot day around Seattle, close to 90 degrees there, 86 in Salt Lake City, up and down the desert southwest. It's very hot once again, 108, 107 in Phoenix. Not too bad in Dallas, although 91 degrees is still pretty warm. Things have quieted down from last night when they had all the showers and thunderstorms, mainly confined to the deep south today, and temperatures are cool behind that cold front that moved through, still 91 degrees at Washington, D.C. On our satellite and radar, you can see this area of low pressure moving across rapidly, helping to sweep all that moisture out and the humidity. And on the western half of the country, again, very clear skies and warm temperatures continuing. In fact, the heat will ease a little bit tomorrow for the Pacific Northwest as the cool marine air returns, and then warmth will shift on to the east. Now, the newest jet stream is once again calling for hot temperatures to warm back up again this weekend. So the drought will continue and the fire hazard also continuing. And then strong storms to severe weather across the Great Lakes and scattered storms down to the south. Well, heading on back to Alaska for tomorrow, here's what it looks like in the northern sections. Cloudy skies are expected at Barrow. It'll be just rainy off and on for the Nome area and scattered rain showers in the Fort Yukon region. Here in the interior, looking at isolated showers at Fairbanks, just partly cloudy skies for Healy and mainly cloudy skies at Delta Junction. Over the southeast, looking at a few showers around the Juneau area and then scattered showers for Ketchikan. And out to the southwest, it looks like for the most part, mostly cloudy skies at Cold Bay, mostly cloudy for Bethel, and sunny skies at Kodiak. And if you're heading on down to the Anchorage Bowl, it looks like mostly sunny skies there for Anchorage and Homer, with more sunshine expected in Valdez. So our forecast for the remainder of the night, we're looking at mainly cloudy skies and cooler temperatures with scattered showers. 46 for the overnight low, Tomorrow's forecast, not quite 60, continue cool and cloudy with an occasional shower, and the 5-day outlook, again looking at temperatures right around the 60-degree mark, and then cooling down to the mid to upper 50s for the rest of the week. Well, that's the 5-day period. Overnight lows, again, around 45 degrees. Chilly.
All right, chilly and wet.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mike. That will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News, could Democrat presidential candidate Hillary Clinton possibly face criminal charges over emails? That's up next with Lester Holt.
You can join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
All right, from all of us here at the News Center, have a great night.